What's up, everyone? We are back for another episode of TMP, the Menace Podcast. A very special guest is waiting right here on the Zoom call from England, our 212, Mr. Olympia, Kamal Elgargni. What's up, champ?
Hey, Big Dennis, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. First, let me say thank you, man, for making it possible for coming on. I know it's probably family time over there, at this time in England, but you making the time to talk to me, and I really appreciate it. I want to tell you that up front.
Oh, no worries, Dennis. To be honest, we doing nothing at the moment. Just sitting at home, as you know. We're still in lockdown, so we're spending our time at home.
Oh, so you guys are still locked down in England? I thought it's kind of they kind of eased the restriction. It's still bad?
Yeah, still bad. Just the kids gone back to school 2 weeks ago now, but everything is still closed. The gyms and all the businesses are still closed. So, but for me, even special, I'm actually in quarantine for 10 days.
Why is that? So because you just came back from out of the country.
From Libya, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Libya,
so even if you come back home, you still have to. Well, you quarantine at the house though.
No, but to be honest, there is kind of countries, which is about 35 countries, they are on the red list. If these countries you visit on the red list, you have to quarantine in a hotel provided by the government, and you have to pay £1,700 to stay in them hotels.
Oh, so you basically you're not at home right now. You're somewhere in a hotel.
No. I'm at home because Libya is not in the red list.
Oh, okay.
So thank God.
Okay.
So I came straight home, but I still have to quarantine for 10 days at home.
Okay.
And I have to do like a test for second day and the 8th day. So tomorrow is going to be my second day, second test that I'm going to do. Hopefully Friday I'll be free again and I'll be out.
Awesome. Well, at least you can sit at home, so it's not that bad. You can see the family and enjoy everybody, which is perfect. So, Kamal, a lot of people don't know. Yes. Well, now they do, because you just mentioned it. You just went back to Libya. This is where you're originally from, right? You're originally Libyan. Yes. Because I remember, I don't know if you remember. I know you for a very long time. I don't know. I don't know if you remember the first time we met.
We met.
First time we met. Where? Do you still?
We met it's in Qatar.
Right.
2006.
In Qatar. And I don't know why, but all these years, for whatever reason, don't ask me why, I thought you were from Iran, and I thought you were originally from Iran. And Qatar brought you over from Iran. That's what I thought. I'm sorry. And they gave you a citizenship. And I knew back then that you represent Qatar at the I don't know, was it Arab Championships or any international championships? Is that correct?
Yeah. Exactly right. I was representing Qatar from 2003 till 2013, actually. Maybe because I've looked like the Iranian. I don't know.
I don't know why. I never really checked after. I just, for whatever reason, I thought, nobody told me. I don't think so. But like I said, after that, I found out that you were originally from Libya. But how did that come about? How did you go from Libya to Qatar? And how did it happen that they just gave you a citizenship to represent their country?
It is like, for me, I didn't go to Qatar. I was here in UK. So Qatar, there was, to be honest, I'll tell you the short story.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
Because they managed to have the Asian Olympic Games. This is what's actually brought me to Qatar, Olympic Games. And that time they had a Libyan coach. He actually, I don't know, he used to live in Finland. And then that time, that Libyan coach, he was there. So he's been there for 2 years. They trying to make a team from the Qatari national, but I don't know, maybe the Qatari, they don't have the genetic. They couldn't manage the team. They have a good team. So the president of the IFBB, of the Qatari Federation, so he asked the coach then, he told them, you need to get at least 2 or 3 athletes from anywhere. Because there is that time, they actually, they give you the citizenship if you compete for them or whatever. So that coach, he ran Libya. I don't know him personal. He ran Libya. He ran my first coach in Libya. And he said to him, is there any Libyans that they win or they could be like world champion or they are good or whatever? He said, to be honest, in Libya, there isn't any, but there is only one. He lives in UK, and he's already world champion. So at that time, I already won about 3 times NABA world champion, and he won the overall Europe representing UK.
Okay,
yes,
so you were already living in England, so you were not in Libya when they brought you over. Okay, makes sense.
No. I was in UK since I was in UK. I came to UK in 1997. And then since then I was in UK, and then when they brought me over, so I was from here. So they rang me and they said, Kamal, will you be able to come to be like representing Qatar? I said, well, guys, hey, I just like, where is Qatar? To be honest, that's what I said. I don't know where is Qatar.
You're a Middle Eastern guy. You don't know where Qatar is.
To be honest, we only know the Al Jazeera channel, which is the
Al Jazeera News,
the TV
yes.
news,
Yes.
Al Jazeera News. Yeah, that's the only things we know then. And then so I said, okay. So I lived there like just that time. I was preparing for actually the New York Pro, because I just won my pro card. Winning the UK overall IFBB, all right, and
okay.
they.
So that's a pro qualifier.
No, to win a pro card, just a pro.
Yeah. So we call that a pro qualifier.
Pro qualifier. Yes. Yeah. So the overall, which is he wins the pro card. So I won that show, and I've been invited then by. I think Wayne D'Amelia, he does the New York Night of Champion in New York.
Back then, Wayne D'Amelia was in charge. Yes, he was. Then,
yes, exactly.
He was in charge.
So I didn't know I didn't know anything. And then Wayne Galash, which is the photographer
from Australia.
Actually, then Australia, he was recording that show, and he's the one he spoke about me to Wayne D'Amelia. He said, Kamal, he's got that nice physique, blah blah blah, and all these things. And he's arranged everything. So they got me, the tickets, hotel and everything. I said, okay, I will try. I didn't know. Then I was like 75 kilos.
What year was it?
And so it's 2003.
Okay.
I remember Victor Martinez, he won that show. I think King Kamali, he come fourth. Great Titus, he comes second. To be honest, all guys, they were competing in that show. It was like, about more than 45 competitors.
Mm-hmm.
And from
UK,
back
then the night the champions were up to 50 and 55 sometimes even, yes.
Exactly. From UK, me and, which is, my God, the rest of him in peace, Shaun, what they call it? What's his name? He just died. Mike Sheridan.
Mike Sheridan from England, yes.
From England. Me and him, we went together. So, and then we competed at the show. Everything went, when you are new in the show, they call the top 5. They made their mind top 5. The rest is like just a number. And I remember I told Mike, I said, this is my first show and my last show. These guys too big for me. I'm not gonna be like.
So you were pro, and then did you return back to the amateur levels?
Yes.
So you gave up your pro card. You said you want to be an amateur.
Yeah, because I saw these big guys. I mean, I said I was 75 kilos. I mean, to be honest, I said nah. I wouldn't. I was in good shape. I was in really good condition and everything.
But you were just too small.
Even some, very small. And some of the photographers they took some of me, and I've been actually to the magazines with that kind of physique, whatever. But
back then there was no 2-on-2, a 2-on-1 or 2-on-2.
No.
The first one was.
There's no.
What was the first one? Was it 201 or 202? Before they went up to 212. I think it was 202 before.
Yeah, 202. Yes.
Yes. So I think David Henry was the first 202 Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. So I said I came back, but for me winning all these shows, and I said no. So when I came back, that coach rang me. He said, "Will you be able to go to Qatar?" I said, "Well, that's a good one." So I said, okay. So I went there. I did a guest pose. I'm still in shape. I went there for a guest pose. Was April, and then the chairman of the Qatari national, he came back. He said, Kamal, we want you with us, blah blah blah. And if you want to compete for us, we're gonna give you this. We're gonna give you that. And
so, what did they give you?
I said, okay. So
what did they give you?
Well, they gave me.
They gave you a house. They give you a
to
house?
be honest, it's not. They don't give me a house, but I mean, they give you the what they call it, the allowance for like house allowance. They give you like travel allowance, and they give you
So
like.
they don't give you the
like-
house, but they pay for everything.
They pay for everything.
So did you
single
move?
thing.
Did you move to Qatar with the family, or did you just go by yourself?
I haven't moved straight away. The first year I was like living in UK, competed and like training, just go there and compete. I did actually, the first show was the Asian Championship 2003. I won that, and I come second at the IFBB World Champion. I come second, it was in India. And then my wife, she decided after she visited Qatar, she said, okay, let's move. It's better like backward and forward. And then we moved there. Since then, I won about 5 times the IFBB World Champion, and I won the 11 years in a row the Asian Champion with them. So all their shows, to be honest, the prize money is very, very well. We get paid the prize money from the government to win the world champion. To win the world champion, it's like the prize money from the government, $150,000. So that's a
that's what I was getting to, because I know kind of how it works, and I know guys like, and I'm sure you remember him too. He's from he's Turkish, but he's been living in Switzerland. Hamdullah Cutler.
Hamdullah, of course. Yes,
Hamdullah is a very good friend of mine. We've been friends for so long, and he was an amateur. He went back as an amateur, and he competed as an amateur, and he said, I'm staying there because he made more money winning the world championships than winning any pro show if he would, He said because they give him every year for winning, they give him an apartment, and they give him money. So I know that a lot of guys in the Middle East, they get paid to stay there, to represent the country.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, Dennis, it's for me. And then when the 212 divisions came around, a lot of people, they said to me, Kamal, you will fit very well at the 212. I said, I will be very stupid to go to 212 or 202. Then what I'm gonna win? It's gonna be very hard for me.
You didn't think it was possible as a foreigner to come and win the Olympia?
Well, I mean, it's no. I've never thought that, but. At the end of the day, at the beginning, we compete, we do train as a hobby, and then we love our sport and everything. But at the end of the day, that's the only thing I know. So we need to earn our money to like look after our family, our kids, and all that. But it's going to be very. I said, nah, I wouldn't really. I would stay where I am until we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you were happy.
And the reason they got me there.
Go ahead.
They got me there because, like I said, for the Olympic Games, Asian Olympic Games, it's a massive thing for them. And Qatar government, they managed to add bodybuilding and the Asian Olympic Games. So we did that. That's when I met you, and you were with Menace.
That was. I think no, it wasn't the Olympic Games. They call it the Sea Games. Was it the Sea Games, the Southeast Asian Games?
No. It was
the Asian Games.
The Asian Games, yes.
Asian Games, yes. I remember, yeah.
Yes, Qatar, yes. Yeah, the Asian Games.
That's when that was the beginning of the end of Paul Chua. that show, that very show in Qatar, because that's when Milos realized what was going on and called him out on it, and there was a big debate. The rest is history. But that was the end of Paul Chua.
Joe Weider's Olympia here in Orlando, Florida. A little bit strange coming out of Las Vegas for all of those years.
Good evening, and welcome to the event that nearly never happened.
There's been an absence of a particular group of people on this stage that are back tonight. Tonight I'm here to say, welcome back to Miss Olympia.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've been involved in that as well. So, but we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to.
But yeah, I mean, I was so happy there. I mean, I had a really great friends. They are around me, and I'm still in contact with them till now. They're really nice people. So, and then somehow the federation was closed in 2011, I think, or 2011, 2013, some kind of that year. So I had said, it's not good for me now. I had to come back to England because staying there, they give me as a salary, is not what we're looking for. The money is like the prize money. That's what's really important. So I had to come back. And then with the revolution in Libya, and I've never competed for Libya. So with the revolution, I said, okay, I will have to compete for Libya, which is I did 2013. I competed for Libya, the world champion. I won the world champion in Morocco, the IFBB world champion. I won the Arab champion, and I won the Mediterranean. And then I said, okay, I needed my pro card. So to get back, something to do for me now. That's the only thing that I haven't done. So I said, I wanted my pro card. And then the story, and you know the story as well, because I spoke to you about it and you told me you want to speak to Rafael about it. Remember when we met in FIBA once, and you said, wow, you offered your help as well. You said, you want to speak to Rafael, but Rafael, I don't know what's going on. They banned me for 4 years. From 2014, I couldn't compete till 2018, that's when the federation split.
What was the reason? What was the reason for them banning you for 4 years?
They said 2011, the Arab Games in Qatar. They actually they were a doping test. You know, most of our shows was doping test, and then there's something happened that we don't give actually a urine, and because of the problem with the WADA then and the IFBB Federation with Rafael, it said you cannot test the whole team. You have to choose random, one from each class. So they had a really argument and everything. So, and they said, they've told us, don't give the urine. I was ready. I was 100% ready for it, but they couldn't do anything. The next day we spoke to the doctors. I said, I'm here now. You could test me now. Yesterday, something has happened, but today I'm here. Right. They refused. They said, no, you're feeling positive or whatever. So they banned me for life.
So you weren't even tested and still ended up being on the list of being positive?
Yes, yeah. So they haven't even, I went to them yet the next day, apologize, sorry about everything. I am here now. You could test me. And you know, the stuff, it doesn't go in one day.
Yeah.
It's going to take months. Yeah. But they said no.
So did they ban you for refusing the test the day before?
Yes. Oh. They refused me.
But Rafael told you not, just to test one out of the group.
Yeah, that's what Rafael told actually the WADA team. But the WADA team, they made their mind. They want to test every single one. So if they tested every single one, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be every single one.
Yeah, there will be no show.
This is positive. Exactly. So they had an argument with them and everything. And then they banned me for 2 years. And then we did an appeal. And then they made it like less. And then that's why I competed 2013, competed for the Libya 2013. And then 2014, I remember March, they sent me letters from the Qatar Federation. So that time I left Qatar, nothing to do with Qatar, competed for Libya. And they've told me, we haven't this, what they call it, we're not happy with your appeal, so we're going to ban you for 4 years.
So they let you compete first and then they re-banned you after that?
Yes, rebanned me. It's somebody after.
Yeah.
Somebody, it's behind it.
Somebody didn't like you. Somebody was not happy with you and put a good word in, and maybe who knows. So, but the best thing that could have happened it actually did happen, and that was to split up between the federations.
Oh God!
And that saved your day right there.
Oh, big time. To be honest, thanks again to Mr. Jim Mannion, because I spoke to him like what I spoke to you as well. You've tried to help. But Jim Mannion, he made a meeting for me. He said to me, can you come to the Arnold Classic 2017? I said, yes, I can. So we went to Ohio. We have a meeting, me, Rafael, him. And he told them, okay, I need to see the paperwork for Kamal, because they never gave me any paperwork to appeal. Like he said, Qatar. I said, nothing to do with Qatar. I compete under Libyan name now. You should send all the paperwork to the Libyan Federation. But they don't want to know. He said, and Mr. Jim Mannion told him, okay, but he's professional. We don't got nothing to do with WADA. Why you don't give it? He said, if you let him compete, why I will stop you, why I will do this to you. And then, whatever, like what you said, he didn't send anything to Mr. Jim Manion. And the split has happened. And Mr. Jim Manion got me my pro card. And that's when we started, like, I did the first pro show.
Well, and you know what? And you proved that it was a good decision, you know, that it wasn't just something just to piss off the other federation. He chose you because, first of all, you've been a pro before. You already achieved pro status with the pro league, and he gave it back to you. And listen, you proved to everybody that this was not a wrong decision. You came back. I remember you won the Arnold Classic. And you were how old at when you won the Arnold Classic? You were in your late 40s already, right?
Yeah, I was 47, yeah.
47. And then the same year, you win the Olympia.
The same year, I come third.
The first Olympia, you got third, and the next year, you win the Olympia.
No, the second, the next...
Wait a minute.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 2000.
You don't remember when you... Yeah. You don't remember, champ?
It's been
forever, huh?
It looks like, yeah, man. And I won the Olympia, actually, 2019. And then this year, last year, I got second. So, but I want to ask you now. That's what I said. I'm going to ask you. What do you think? It's I don't know. I thought I was improved.
Okay. Well, we get to that. We get to that. Let's just talk. Let's go back a little bit. Oh no, don't worry. We won't leave nothing out. Trust me. Here's what I want to know. So when you were rebanned for the second time, did you stop? Did you quit before you came back, or you kept going?
No. I never quit. I was still training. To be honest, when I came back to UK, because my house was still here in the UK, so I've never let my house go or sell my house, always backward and forward. So when I came back to UK, I said, I need to do something. I need to do business. So I managed, I decided to open a gym. So I was looking for a place. And then there's an existing gym where I used to train, which is Better Bodies Gym in Northampton.
That's where you live, Northampton?
Northampton, yeah, which is in the Midland, yeah. And that's when he said he wants to sell the place. He said, if you are interested, I want to sell the gym. I said, okay, I am interested because I'm going to open my own. Mm-hmm. And I actually bought it from him and I refurbished the whole lot. I was like starting my gym. I've done everything. And then, to get back on stage, I wanted to train and then get back to stage. And that's when I know Chris for a long time, but we never worked together, just like asking him every now and then because he's a good friend with one of my friends in Qatar. And I remember Chris, he visited Qatar with Samir Benoot in 94, I think, 94 when he visited Qatar and everything. So he was friend with one of my friends. So we've been asking him. And then when he came here with Shaun Roden, and I went to see his seminar. So I spoke to Chris. I said, hey, Chris, do you remember me? He said, yeah, of course I remember you. And he said, I remember even the first picture that you sent me with the green trunk or whatever. So he still remembers. He's got very good memory. I said, this is the situation. Will you be able to start training? And I want to prep because they promised me to give me my pro card. That's Rafael. He's been promised, don't worry, we will sort you out. We will give you your pro card.
He was going to give you he was probably going to give you an elite pro card.
And to be honest, and I showed that email to Mr. Jim Manion. They offered me that. Said,
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, and I've got that still. I still got that email. I said, listen, Mr. Jim, they said you banned, and in one side, look at that email. Yeah. They've sent me and they offered me the elite, the fleet, whatever what they call it. So
the elite fleet.
Yeah. So I mean, and we started prepping for 2 years with Chris. Mm-hmm. Because they promised me they were going to give you your pro card. I was prepping for 2017, what they call it, the Arnold.
Right.
But nothing is happening. I wanted to get back on stage, to get back because I haven't been on stage in UK. So I wanted to let everybody run back. It's for business, But they don't want to know. And I spoke to Mr. Jim Manion. I said, Mr. Jim, it's been 2 years of trying to train, but for business, there is a new federations opened here. I want to take your permission if you let me compete because it's for business. And, I would love to be a part with the IFBB Pro League. And to be honest, Mr. Jim Manion, I'll thank him again. He said, Kamal, you go compete in UK whatever. And then as soon as your problem is out, we will have you. We will definitely have you. So I competed here in UK, what you call it, the NPC, not the NPC, the PCA or something like that. The PCA, yeah.
A different federation, yeah.
A different federation.
So Jim was not holding you back from competing. So he did not.
No.
See, where do you get that?
Yeah. Oh God! I mean, he told me. He knows. That's why I always say, it's whatever they say about him, but he's the only one. If I spoke to somebody else, because I spoke to other than before, so if you go there, we ban you.
Yeah.
Oh, if you do this, we do this.
You do this, you compete there, you'll never place here no more. All that bullshit.
Exactly. I mean, like what happened even when I won the won the Olympia. So I've been asked from Saudi Arabia. And they asked for the guest. They want me to be a guest post because they just had the new federation, after they changed in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the Federation of Bodybuilding. So invited me to do a guest post over there, and they're gonna pay me very well. So I spoke to Tyler, and I said, Tyler, hey, this is what happened. Am I allowed to go to? He said, of course, Kamal. You winning money? I said, yes. He said, just go, just go make money. That's what's the pro. That proves we are better than them. And they asked for our guys.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. That's the difference between the others. Oh, you compete, you've been banned, or you do this. So that's why I'm so happy to be a part of the IFBB Pro League, and I'm really proud for everything I did, actually.
So basically, from 2000, whatever it was, for all the years you were living in Qatar as an amateur bodybuilder, you were making really, really good money. And you were able to save that money because all expenses were paid, and you just had to win the shows in order to get big checks, which is great.
Yeah,
I mean, you were living off of bodybuilding basically as an amateur, like most pros can't even afford.
To be honest, I made my money all in Qatar. Bodybuilding, yes, made me.
Do you still have the citizenship? You still have a Qatar passport?
No. I had to give it back because I have dual citizenship. I have the British citizenship and I have the Libyan citizenship. With Qatar, the law, you cannot have the three. So I have to give up one of them, which is...
So you had three for a time, though, then?
Yeah, I had a three then. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then. So they asked you to return to surrender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I gave one of them my passport back, the citizenship, which is Qatari, and then because I need to move from there. But to be honest, I made all my money there. I did save my money. I put my money in the right time, in the right places. At the moment, to be honest, I don't have to work anymore. I made my stuff. I did what I have to do. I've got two big gyms in Libya. They're doing very, very well. Mm-hmm. I've got my supplement shops. I own my properties. I've got a few properties here in UK. So thank God, finance-wise.
You're smart. You're smart.
I'm really, really well. And I've got my hands like I'm doing other business, not just bodybuilding.
I'm glad you're saying that because there's going to be a lot of people listening to you later and then listen to this guy because if you're smart, there's a way to make money and and use the money in the right way. So that's why I'm glad you're saying what you're saying right now.
Oh man, I'm always gonna give back to bodybuilding because bodybuilding is 100% gave me who I am now. Mm-hmm. I've been like in Libya, I've been treated like a king. To be honest, when I go back to Libya, just because of the pandemic, I just signed a new contract. It's been 3 years in a row, which is one of the biggest. I don't think anyone, 212 or whatever, they will sign this contract with the Libyan mobile phone. You see, the mobile phone, they never signed with like bodybuilders. They only do like with what they call it, footballers or basketball or whatever.
Yeah.
It's I think it's the first time. It's a big.
It's not
big
the first time. It's not the first time. Somebody beat you. No, it's the third year. So you're the first one because Rami signed with Orange in Egypt.
No, this is my third year in the row.
Yeah. So you were there before. Yeah. You beat him by 2 years.
This is, to be honest,
this is awesome though.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. And I've got another, I'll be because we got next month the Ramadan. I've got a lot of work with this actually mobile phone. There's going to be a lot of advertising in Ramadan and all these kind of things. So I'll be a little bit busy in next few days. I have to travel to Egypt, actually.
What do you
I haven't
think?
said to no one.
Why do you think it's different in look Libya? I mean, most people don't even know where Libya is. Why do you think it's different? Look at Rami in Egypt. Why do you think is such a big difference winning something? Why do you think they take care of their people? You know, not the way it is over here. I always say, you know, if let's say the Mr. Olympia would be somewhere out of the country and said the champ would probably come back to the U.S., they would probably stop him at the airport and check his bags, you know. But why? What do you think is the difference for Libya or Egypt taking care of their champs the way, or Qatar? Why do you think they're doing what they're doing?
Because I think it's in the Arab countries. As you know, like the Olympia has been now, I don't know how many years now. The Olympia is 70-something years?
No. How
60-something?
50-something, I think. I think it's 55, 50. I could
yeah, so it's when you see like never in the
maybe Nico's going to look that up for me. When was the first Olympia? I know it was Larry Scott.
Yeah, it's not being like, as you know, with the sports, like,
you know what? I think 65 was the first one, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, that's what I said. I'm not far 70. That's what I said.
No, 65 years, 65.
Yeah, 65. Yes,
I think so.
Year 65. So that's
that'll be.
Well, it's been.
That'll be 60 years and 25. No, 70 years. Wait a minute. My bad. 65 to 2000 is 35 years, so we have 20 more. It's 55, so it's 56 years. I was right.
56 years, yeah. So that's what I mean. I mean, because if you see the history of bodybuilding, the Olympia is only actually, the open class 2, they won at the Arab, which is Samir Benoot in 1983 and Big Ramy actually last year.
But do you remember back in 83, did Samir get all that hype in Lebanon? Did they do something for him too, or was it because he lived in the US?
I don't know, because I live in UK. I live in UK. I mean, I've been away from Libya for a long time, but still, when I go back, man, it's different. I think because we're not actually in the map, that we're not winning any other sports or not winning any other shows. So you're the only one. You are a star. You are like, yes, I'm the only one in the Arab to win the Olympia. So for them at the 212, for them or for our country, so it's like it is. They have to treat you that way.
National hero, yes.
Yeah, that's what they call me. You are the ambassador of Libyan sport. Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah, and it is. You're not only the ambassador for Libya. You're the ambassador when you win the Olympia. You're the ambassador for the United States too.
Yeah. But I mean, the United States. Okay, there's a lot of Americans. United States, they won the Olympia, whatever. That's what I mean. So that's why, to be honest, there are a lot of different, and I feel really, really, really proud for what I am doing. Again, it's bodybuilding has made me, and I will 100% give a lot more when I don't know when I'm going to be stopping competing, but...
So today, how old are you today? Are you 49 or are you 50?
I'm 49, I'll be 50 in November, so...
You'll be 50 in November, and there's no signs of stopping. Have you thought about it?
To be honest, I thought about it, and I said maybe this year if I win, I'll finish. But as soon as I didn't win, my wife said to me, "No, I'm not."
Now you got to go for another one.
You need to go back and win that.
That's the warrior spirit right there.
Even I've told her, I said with her, I said, "Hey, if I stop competing or stop, what else I'm gonna do?" It's like to me now.
Well, what about enjoying life?
I am enjoying my life.
Okay,
that's like what I said. This is the thing, you know. Okay, finance-wise, I'm happy. Like what I said, this is what I do. Even I'm in UK here. I go and train my gym. My gym is open for public, but it's more like for me to train as a private. And I come back and spend the rest of the time at home, so I don't have to do much to earn money. And I've got my gyms back home in Libya, which is earning good money. My supplement shops over there, and I'm like what I said. I'm the distributor of pre-core gym equipment back home in Libya. I'm the agent there. So I've got my hands in a few different things.
You're doing it all. Smart man. Yeah, I like smart people.
It has to be. So like what I said, my next things I'm thinking of now, to be honest, I'm moving to America, hopefully soon. And just want to be there, enjoy my life, just for my kids, and hopefully...
So you want to bring the whole family to the United States?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Where in the United States? What are you looking at? Because I know you were
Well,
training
to be
down
honest
with
with
Flex Lewis in Florida, but since he
Flex in
moved to
Florida, yeah.
Vegas, what's the location?
For me, Florida, because I'm going to replace him.
You like Florida?
I do really, really like Florida. And I mean, I stayed there about 4 months training with Flex at the Dragon Lair with the guys, John De La Rosa and everything. And it's really, really nice with my sponsors actually in Florida, BBI. So we did a lot of work over there. And
I think a lot of you guys kind of moved down there because of Flex, because the gym's down there. And now Flex leaving Florida and moving to Vegas, is that kind of like, wait a minute, I thought we all going to be here in Florida. No, John De La Rosa moved down to Florida. Is that kind of like, why? What are we going to do now? Should we move to Vegas or you guys stay? So you're still thinking about Florida?
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't. The end of the day, I have to use my mind. I need to be, because Vegas, I think at the moment, probably, you never know. At the moment, I don't want to spend all my money, because even when I move to America, I have to start some small business. I have to. I don't like me just spending what I have got like behind my back.
What happened to Flex's old gym, the Dragon Slayer?
I think he sold that place, and then somebody else has took over. I'm not really 100% sure, but
you should maybe go in with whoever the person is and go in with them.
No, I'd like to do something. I could afford to do my own things. So
I was just thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I don't know. It's that gym has been taken over. I think one of the private coaches there, maybe. I'm not really 100%, but it is. But I'm not going to stay there. I'll be probably around Tampa.
Oh, okay.
I'm not staying in Boca Raton. So I'm going to choose some area which is going to make it comfortable for me. My money that with what I own is like, it makes it easier and makes it better things for me. So, and then we'll see what's going to happen. But
so you okay? You okay with the humidity? Doesn't bother you?
Yeah. Hey, I lived in Qatar for 11 years, so I'm sure I could take it.
True. This is people don't understand. It's like, it's very humid in Qatar too, because I remember when I was there, they had all kind of trees, and it was very, very, very humid.
Very humid, very, very humid, But it's okay. I mean, it's not 100%. I'm not gonna go there straight, buy a house and do. So I'm gonna rent a place.
Yeah, that's what I did.
See what it all goes. See what it goes until I find my place, and then
that's what I did.
It's more for family. Even my kids. There's not much here in England. And when I was there for 4 months, to be honest, I even doing a lot of work with my sponsors, and I've got a lot of things which are being sold. I've got my own line now. I'm producing gym equipment, which is K1 strength. I'm going to actually launch this maybe next month. I've already sold about 2 or 3 gyms in United States.
Oh, really? So manufactured here in the US?
No, manufactured in China.
Okay.
But it's one of the biggest, because like what I said, I'm a part of Precor Gym Equipment, which is the US brand. And I know, and I've been dealing with these kind of things for a long time. So I've managed to find a really, really good manufacturer in China. And it's been success. I've sold a few gyms back home in Libya. I've got one project in Qatar. And it is going well. To start, it's going very, very well. So probably I will bring more in US.
So in between all those business adventures and all the stuff that you're doing, it takes a lot of time, I know, but how do you still stay so focused on competing? Because you still got a title that you want back. So, I mean, how do you split your time to focus on business and focus on winning back your title? Because I think that's something that's really on your mind, that you want that title back.
To be honest, I do have a good team, which is they work for me. Back home in Libya, which is my brother, he is actually my business partner there, and I've got the 2 managers, which is they manage everything. For me, I get all the stuff, pass it to them, make sure they do it right, and then for me, I just manage it really. I just manage, but for me, which is the connection and the connection, which is I get all my stuff, and then people come to me, send me orders, they send it to my teams. And my teams, they take care of it, and they receive all the payments. And my team, they do a lot of job. You know, Dennis, when you have a good team, you could lead the world. That's what I always
True.
say.
You need a good team. You need somebody that can represent you when you're not available. That's the
Exactly,
biggest. That's
yes.
the big, and a person or having especially one person that thinks and handles everything the way you would do it. That is gold. To represent you when you're not around. That's absolute. And if it's family, it's even better because you trust family more than friends and people from out of the family. Even though when things go wrong, it's mostly because it's family related. But if you have a brother that knows exactly what you want and can run the business for you, that of course that takes all the pressure away from you, and that's absolutely what you need.
Yeah, and they really do understand. Well, like 3 months before the show, they always leave me alone. So they wouldn't even they will have to get on with themselves to do whatever. They keep me alone, focus. And I got my wife, she's a very, very understandable. She's a very supportive, and she makes it easier for me. She never moan. She never says oh, you can beat it or whatever.
It's all the sports, sport. Because she knows that's what pays the bills at the end of the day. That's what. Exactly. If you wouldn't make no money, and you would be spending all the money on bodybuilding, of course, that would never work. But you making it possible to take care of the family, have a good life, all from bodybuilding. Of course, he has to support you. It's the same in my household. I was supported from day one. If I would have came up short, like so many others do. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is because you have a great success story. Doesn't mean it's just the same for everyone out there. Most of the guys don't have the luck and the business opportunities that you have, because some people are just too focused on one thing and don't understand that you're going to have to branch out and you're going to have to use your name and all the titles and make something out of it. Some people just don't understand that business sense, and therefore it's good to listen to you.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
Oh yeah, definitely, Dennis. With this pandemic, I think it teaches a lot of pro guys. They relied on sponsorships only. I mean, I'm one of them. So most of the companies, they've been locked down. They've been out of business. So they stopped paying their athletes. So when you rely just on one thing, you're going to crash.
Yeah.
You 100%, you're going to crash, or they want to get rid of you. And I know guys now, pro now, I know as well, they're out of contracts. Yeah. And they are really, really, really struggling. So, yes, you have to put yourself, again, you are lucky, like what you said. You have to have the luck. And I've been lucky since the day that I've been choosing to
but
be
it's not only it's not only luck. It's you can't be lazy. I'm going to put the word out. A lot of people are lazy. You know what I'm saying when I say lazy?
Oh yes.
They think it's all about eat, sleep, and train. You can't be lazy. It's not like they come into you and give you all the money, and you don't just sit on your couch and just scratch your ass. You're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to put the work in. No.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it is being hard for me, to be honest. Back home in Libya, I come of a really good family as a business-wise. My dad, my mom, my brothers or whatever, but I've never asked anything. I said, I want to make it myself. And when I left some days I struggled, especially at the beginning. When I left home, went to Malta for 2.5 years, and then I came to UK. I didn't even ask my dad for nothing. I said, I'm going to make it myself. The only thing I'm going to ask for, one-way ticket back if I couldn't make it. That's the only thing I'm going to ask for.
Bring me home.
To be honest, I struggled a lot, and I had some days I had no roof in my head. And thank God today, it's man, when I look back, and I took my kids back home, back to Malta, and I showed them exactly where I stayed. I showed them exactly everything. It just I feel so happy, man. I'm really
how old are your kids now? And how many do you have?
I've got 4 kids. My oldest one is 16, and then 13, my second boy, And then the third one is a daughter. She is 9. And then the little one is 4.
So you still got little kids at the house. So, so they must be so proud of their dad. They understand what's going on around you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, when I every time I go compete, because they've never been to Olympia for me, any pro shows, because of like school or whatever. So every time I go there, they surprise me. Like they send me messages, they sit all together and they just say like, yes, Dad, do it for us, blah, blah, blah. Man, these kind of messages, when they send it to me, it just like, it
lights you up.
I mean, it's so much. They are proud of me and they're happy. And they just support me. Even my oldest son, when because he was watching it live, he rang me straight away. I rang my wife straight away when after I come stage. Said, Dad, it's impossible. You should have been this. You should have been that. But anyway,
so what do you
are the champion.
So what
you are the champion in our eyes and everything. So
you are. You're not only in their eyes. You are the champion. I mean,
yeah.
You proved it all.
I know. Yeah, it is. To be honest, I know. I remember like when when one of my friend, he actually jumped on one of your Instagram live. You doing, Patrick? He asked you about me and everything, and you said, I'm not gonna say nothing about Kamal. He's always proving us wrong.
Always.
So I was watching.
Always. Just by looking at how at your age, and I mean, age is not but a number. I always say that, but still, we're still in bodybuilding. It's not normal for a guy in his late 40s to be on top of, you're on top of the food chain when it comes to bodybuilding, which is a young sport. I mean, it's not what it used to be. 30 years ago, 25, 30 was the peak. And now it seems like people start peaking in their late 30s and sometimes even early 40s. But to get to your age, and Dexter, to name you two guys, it's not only you guys are the oldest ones, but you guys on top of the game, and that's the hard part, and that's what I have respect for, because you can be 50 or 49, and usually it shows somewhere on the body, which is it has nothing to do with genetics. It's just a matter of when you work so long for so many years, it's going to show somewhere, but on your physique it just does not show. There's no age sign, and I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for because I've been there.
Oh yes.
So this is what I think it's so inspiring, and it teaches probably a lot of older people that you don't have to give up after 40. I mean, there's usually we'll say after 40 you lose your legs, but you proved everybody wrong, which and I say it every time because I didn't think in the beginning that Kamal is going to end up winning the Olympia, but I saw it happen. I saw you winning the Arnold, and then your condition, nobody matched your condition, and that was your strong point. You're not the biggest guy, but here's where I want to get to the next point with. You won the Olympia in 2019, which was surprising to you a little bit because I saw your reaction. You knew you were a front runner, but I don't know, did you really believe in your mind that you're going to come out on top, or did you just go there knowing that, because I remember I talked to you at the check-ins.
Yes.
You were super confident. That was I'm talking about 2019, okay? And did you know you're going there to win, or did you think that I don't think they're going, even if I would be the best, they probably won't give it to me? Did you have any of that going on in your mind?
To be honest, no. I didn't have that much confidence that I'm going to win. Yes, I am confident because I did what I have to do. Mm-hmm. I have improved. I know that, you see, because with my amateur career, I've always won a lot of shows. So I know I'm always going to be dangerous to any show I've been entered. But that year, I've worked very, very, very hard. I came with a condition that is not really. I knew it was going to be the thing is, I did what I have to do. I cannot do anymore. That's why I'm confident. So if I know I'm lacking somewhere, I'm not really done what I have to do, I could do better. So that's why I'm not going to be confident, because I know I could do better. But I did everything. And I know it is if I won, I won. If not, I'm happy where I am. So
you won.
That's why.
You get announced 212 Mr. Olympia Kamal Elgargni. What at that moment? What went through your mind? After prejudging, let's say after prejudging, where did you think you stand? Where were you after prejudging?
Well, to be honest, it is the prejudging. What do you say? You think I mean, come on, we have a very strong line, a very, very strong line. I mean, you could go anywhere. But after the prejudging, you see a lot of people, they talking like, Kamal, it's no chance. It's completely yours from day one. But I wouldn't take it until I take it. Yeah.
You don't celebrate before you get the win.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you how I felt. I watched prejudging because prejudging was at the Expo in 2019. And the high favorite coming into the show was Derek Lunsford. Everybody was praising Derek. Derek is going to win. Derek. It was so obvious that everybody had him winning before the Olympia that he believed he was going to win. He came to the Olympia thinking he's going to win no matter what, you know. And while prejudging was going on, I had Derek in third. I had you in first, and I had Shaun Clarida in second, and I had Derek in third because I remember speaking to Derek. I said, Derek, I have you in third. He was really off, you know.
He is off.
He was really off. Yes. He came much improved on Friday night compared to the morning. But of course, there was no way he can catch you because you were just too spot on. And so I think that year, everybody believed that you were going to win it. It's just a matter of what people say. You know, are they going to give it to him? You know, and I was so happy to see, not only in 2019, but also last year, when they gave it to Rami, that shows the world that it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what religion you believe, it does not matter. If you are the best on that day, they're going to give it to you. And that's why I'm very proud of the judges in 2019, and we'll get to 220 regarding to you because I know you have questions for me. And on 2020, especially in Rami's case, because nobody thought that was possible. And you know, online, you see all the talks, you know, an Arab will never win, Muslim will never win, you know, and therefore that's finally out the window because 2 years back to back, we have the Arab winning the Mr. Olympia. So
that's exactly what I said 2019 on stage. Actually, when they asked me, that's what I said. I said, hey guys, these judges, they judge the body. They don't judge the religion. They just judge colors. I've said it all, and I'm definitely that's what I feel. To be honest, that's how I feel, and I think they're doing a good job forever what they do, and the judges are really, really good. So
fast forward,
it is.
Fast forward 2020. Kamal as a champ, motivation must have been, over the top as the reigning champ, doing whatever he needs to do. He comes in bigger. Comes in, I'd say, just as conditioned, so you were improved. You come in as a champ, improved. How did you feel going into the show? Because I talked to you the night before. Remember, I saw you at the tanning spot?
Yeah.
And you showed me what you looked like. You were super confident. You had every reason to be super confident because if you reigning champ and you know you're better than you were, and obviously bigger, it was a huge notice. It was really noticeable that you were much bigger than the year before. What do you think happened? And what do you think, how did you see it? Because you probably have to watch it back on pay-per-view or wherever to see really what happened because it's very hard to judge when you stand next to someone on stage. Give me your opinion on the 2020 Mr. Olympia, the 212 Mr. Olympia.
Well, to be honest, what I've seen, disrespectful like the other athletes, especially the champ, Shaun Clarida, yeah? And I think I took it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I think I am good enough to win that show. But it's not my decision. At the end of the day, the judge's decision. But maybe, I don't know. It's not just me saying that. There's a lot of people, which is you're going to always have this, you should have won. Even now, people are still talking about it. And I watch it now. I watch some like shot to shot, every single pose. I don't know. It is.
It was really close. It was 1 point. It was 1 point. Yeah. That alone shows you how close it was. Because after prejudging, you were ahead by 1 point. After the finals, he beat you by 1 point. So it wasn't like a walk in the park for anybody. I mean, you know, it could. If they would have gave it to you, nobody would have complained. You know, it was that close. It was literally apples and oranges, it's a point. I mean, come on. I mean, how much better are you when you win by 1 point? It's just literally almost like a coin toss, a coin toss.
It could be the lighting.
Yes.
But it's for me, I was like, as a reigning champion, you want to win again, and you proved, and you've been like 4 months away. I came to you to train and left my family, just like
I know.
I really like more. But at the end of the day, the judges took their decision, and you know what I did? Normally, that's why I said I want to ask you, and I did ask one of the head judges. I did ring after 3-4 weeks when I came back, and because I had a COVID. As soon as I came back, I think before I go back to America, we come back to UK, I had a COVID and I came back, I was bad, and I passed it to my wife and everything. And
so you were sick while you were competing?
I think so.
Dexter too. So. I think Dexter, a few people were sick. Yeah.
Yeah, because I came back, I gave it to my wife, and then to my wife, she was a little bit actually.
I tell you how I found out, because everybody goes, because when I came back, Carla from Protein, she texted me.
Yeah, Carla, yeah.
Because she was positive, She didn't know until she came back from the Olympia. So, of course, she was spray tanning most people, so she was in close contact. So, I mean, I got it tested, but I was negative. But a lot of people came down with COVID from the Olympia. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Tell me what you were thinking.
I spoke to one of these head judges, and I said, I'm not moaning. I'm not really moaning. I said, what do you think I could improve for next year? I mean, this is for this year.
Yeah, what do you tell someone Kamal, like you then? Get sharper?
He said,
it's not possible.
To be honest, he said, Kamal, you have already improved from last year, massively improved. It's only 1 point. There is nothing it could win it. You come this way the same, you could win it, because it's very that close and everything. So they happy, they've seen that improve. So I'm going to ask you the same question. What do you think? What's that 1 point?
I'll tell you what I see. I see, and that's what's probably your advantage for this year. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you what I see. I saw an improved Kamal, but it expected Kamal. We expected to see this from you, the condition, because you are consistent. So there's nothing you can do condition-wise that's going to say wow, something we didn't expect. We expected you to be peeled. You came in peeled. You came in bigger, which showed you were working hard. Okay, so now when you look at Shaun Clarida, he had what I call this once-in-a-lifetime package. When you nail it, when everything comes together, from size, fullness, roundness, 3D look, condition, everything came together. That's something you normally achieve once in your career, if most people will never achieve that. So I think it was just that his improvement was just so much more obvious than yours, that I just couldn't stop going back and forth and just my eyes would just draw back to him, because he had that, I don't know, he had that cartoonish, freakish look, even though he was only 177 pounds, But I think that because we knew what Kamal's going to look like, because Kamal's going to be shredded. There's no doubt about it. You came in a little bit bigger. I saw it immediately, especially standing next to Shaun Clarida, who is 30 pounds less than you. It was really obvious, but it was just, I think it was just that Shaun was, his improvement looked like it was, let me say, if I give you 10% improvement, I got to give him 30%. And maybe and after prejudging, they still had you ahead of him, But I think that's what, at the end of the day, what gave them, enough reason to say, okay, we got to give it to Shaun Clarida. But can Shaun Clarida get better? What is there for him to do to get better? So that's why I think, because to get this package and get better, I don't even know if that's possible. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if they judge you by your last look, we can get Kamal. Kamal's going to be Kamal. He's going to be consistent. Can Shaun Clarida repeat that? That's the question. You know what I mean? So I think I think there's more pressure on Shaun than on you, because all you have to do is be you. Shaun Clarida has to repeat. I don't think I don't know where he could get better. I don't see it where. I don't see it. Because he's not tall enough to make more improvements with size. Because I think if he gets too big, I think it will show in areas where it probably would distort his physique just a little bit. So I think he's kind of maxed out where he's at. So but he has to duplicate the condition with that size. So therefore, I mean, listen, I it could have went either way. If they would have given it to you, I would have said fair. They gave it to him, I said fair. It's 1 point. Of course, there's going to be thousands and thousands of people telling you should have won. And it's the same thing for him. There's going to be thousands of people telling him there was a clear win. It wasn't clear.
Yeah. I mean, I would really I respect, because, Shaun, my career in the Pro League is not that big, and I've been watching where he were and the way he came here. You should respect that.
Yeah.
And he trains really hard, and he's really, really showing a lot of improvement, and a lot of people, they should really respect him for that. I mean, okay, for me, maybe my age or whatever, but for him to come from where he were till here, it's impossible.
Yep,
it is something.
But it's the same for you. It's the same for you. It's the same storyline. Basically the same thing. It's good to see that there's competition there. Look, Flex Lewis won this show 7 years back to back. It was every year. It was the same. Oh, it's going to be Flex, and then we'll see who's going to be second. I prefer this way right now, where we could see. Wait a minute, who's going to bring it? Who's going to bring it? So now it's important to bring it. It's not the name.
Exactly.
It's who brings it.
Exactly right. This gives actually the Olympia more fun, and people, they come, they don't know who's the winner. It's not like every Phil is gonna win again, or Flex is gonna win it again. I think it is. This is the way it's gonna make the Olympia even better, to be honest.
Yeah. So
people, they come, they want to watch, they see new.
Exactly.
Come.
They want to see. They want to see who's coming, because now just to wrap this up. Last question for you. What do you have to do to win your title back? And who you think is your biggest competition other than Shaun Clarida?
Well, to be honest, I'm going to really, really train hard. I mean, I've never stopped training since the Olympia, so I've been taking it easy. I've took my time off, done my cleaning and whatever. So hopefully we start actually next week to get back on gear and get back on stuff. To be ready, and I've got 6 months. I think 6 months they are okay. I kept my condition. I'm not that far. I'm not really far, but I will promise to bring something as good as what we bring in before. My competition, to be honest, I've always say Derek Lansford. If he brings it, if he nails it, he's the man that he's got. 100%. This year is going to be Keon. I think he's got that kind of physique, but I wouldn't say. I mean, Dennis. When it's like these young guys, they got the young muscle tissue. When they die down, they're not going to get. But he's got a really great future. He could be dangerous as well.
Yeah.
Shaun is going to be excited. To be honest, at the end of the day, who's going to nail it that day? Who's going to win?
Exactly. True words from a true champ, brother. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to seeing you back on stage doing what you do at 50 years old, representing like nobody else, man. And this is the most inspiring thing to me. You're going to be 50 years old and you fighting for a title. When was that? That was never here before. Never. You're the first one at your age that is fighting for a title. I mean, we could say, Dexter Jackson was 51, but was Dexter fighting for the title? He won in 2008. If he would have won 2 years ago, I would have said the same thing, but it wasn't quite like yours. So in your case, you represent not only the Arab world, you represent for everybody over 50, man, and I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming.
Dennis, I'm going to say this. You know what you're talking this, what you're saying this, it makes me goosebumps because you are actually comparing me with Dexter Jackson, the legend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, man. My life is only 4 years in the Pro League. This is my 5th year, and I've been compared with the big legend, and I'm thankful for
absolutely. You deserve.
And thankful again for Mr. Jim Mannion to make that happen. And I will promise I will give a lot more for the IFBB and all for my fans
you absolutely deserve.
And thank you for having me as well.
My pleasure, my man. You absolutely deserve everything you got, and you work for everything, and it shows, man. And that's why I appreciate you, brother. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you for the talk, brother. Take care. God bless you, and be safe. Take care, my brother.
Thank you.